Did you watch this?
No.
It's a pretty long clip. Do you know what this is from? You know what this is, right?
Yeah, it's from the other night.
All right, that was pretty easy, boys. Coley, great job. Way to keep us in it. But 4 goals, 100 career goals. Congratulations.
All right, stop clapping.
Whip your dick out. What was it Joe Thornton said? If I scored 4 goals in a game, I'd just whip my dick out. Speech! Speech!
Honestly, just keep this thing rolling in the mini, and that brings 4 on the boom meter.
Boom, 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 boom! And hello, world. How we doing? Welcome back to episode 4 of your Friendly Neighborhood Fatties Hockey Podcast. I am Schloop. With me forever and always, Fatty Lee.
Doing good. A little tired from the weekend, but doing good. Long
Yeah?
weekend.
Why was it so long?
Just playing 2 games.
So you're a
Back to
psychopath?
Yeah. I regret it middle of the other game every time I do it, but I continue to say yes. Body's telling me no, but my mind's telling me
Yeah!
We get halfway through it, and then it's like both are agreeing like we should not have done this.
This was a bad decision. Do you know how many times my mind and body go through that same exact conversation?
Yeah.
Almost every other day. To another episode of the podcast. We are going to talk a little bit NHL today. We are going to get into the Four Nations in a little bit. Maybe some other things. We still do need to watch the next episode of Face Off. Not sure when we'll do that. It should be sometime soon, maybe. Because I do want to watch it. Because the whole show is over. And I still have not watched it somehow. But, yeah. Starting today's episode, I guess we'll run through... we'll talk about the standings quick, I guess. I think Winnipeg is still in the lead, technically. Yeah, they are technically a point ahead of Washington, but they've played 3 more games than Washington. Washington, low-key, like I said, before Ovi got hurt, we're one of the best 5-on-5 teams in the league, and they have just stayed right on pace with that. They're playing way better than I expected. Like most people expected. Like I said, they are basically leading the league.
Minnesota, it's no secret I'm a huge Freeze-Off fan.
Expected Minnesota to be there. Expected Winnipeg to be there.
Yeah.
Expected the Devils to be there. We expected the Leafs to be there. But I don't think anybody expected... My mouse isn't working. Expected the Capitals to be there. And we did talk a little bit that I thought they would be better than they were last year, which wasn't a good thing for us as Flyers and Red Wings fans, but didn't think they would be this good.
No.
So there's that. Most of the other standings are... Yeah, we'll get over in a second. Most of the other standings are pretty much like where they are. But where we think they were. Edmonton's coming back around. One team that we had some high hopes for are not, and that will be discussion in a minute. But yeah, speaking about Ovi, we haven't recorded since Ovi's injury. Surprisingly, because it's been like a month now. But we was on pace to break the record right around the time that I was predicting him to break it. He had 15 goals in 18 games before he got hurt. He actually might have broken it sooner than the game I predicted. But now I don't think he gets it this year. I don't. Broke his leg. Even if he comes back, I think he's obviously going to be a slow start. I think he has started practicing again this week, so maybe soon. But I don't think he's going to be able to get it. At this point,
no skating. This year. Not that he's doing a lot of skating at this point anyway, but still, it's going to put him further behind.
Yeah, to just come
still
back.
Got the shot, but
the fact that he was on pace this year was kind of unbelievable. Anyways, he had 15 goals in 18 games. Is like almost 40 years old, which is pretty insane in itself. So to expect that to continue after a broken leg, and he'll actually have to like pick up the pace at this point to break it with all these games missed. So don't think he's gonna get it this year.
Yep, good prediction by me.
I guess it worked. The tiebreaker is going to work out in your favor, I guess. And you probably need it because the rest of your fucking predictions suck, or at least a part of it. Let's dive into that, actually. We'll go League of Scores. Well, League of Scores, we're basically right there. McKinnon leading the way, 50 points. You pick Cooch, I pick Kaprizov. They are second and third, 47, 46. Here's McDavid. McDavid's at 41 and 27, missed a couple games. But, yeah. Our guys are basically right on pace with each other. Who are you, Petsy? Where's Tage? Tage is up to, I don't know. I did not look into this. I did not see him. He is somewheres on this list. I think he does have more points than Bedard, though, because he is also not on this list. So I'm going to move on to the next one.
He's only got 25.
He's only got 25, yeah, but he's got more than Bedard. So, not great either way. Tage did get hurt, too. He missed a couple of games. But Tage is having a good year still, and I have some thoughts on that in a little bit going into our American talk. Go America. Woo.
Yeah. I can't wait for this tournament.
I know, I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited just to talk about it, to be honest. But, where are we? Okay, the Norris. Makar still leading the way in terms of points. Bouchard isn't having the Edmonton just started off slow as a whole, but they're coming around, so let's see where he finished. But yeah, Makar was kind of a loser pick, cheater. But yeah. Makar's gonna win that one pretty easily, it looks like, this year. What's the next one? We know the next one, but I'm going to save that one for last. Vezina, where is your boy? Markstrom, 15, 6, and 2, and 908, and a 235. Not too bad. Especially, I know they started real slow.
Yeah.
No, he's not going to win the Vezina. But, it's coming around, I guess. See, Saros was my pick, who also has a 908 save percentage, but has a 6-14-5 record because Nashville cannot score a fucking goal to save their lives. He is 6-19 despite having a 908 save. It's basically the same stats as Markstrom. Markstrom is 15, 6, and 2, and Saros is 6-14-5. Absolutely insane. We should have just picked Hellebuck because that was stupid to not pick him. He's got 19 wins in 25 games.
Yeah, but did you see their start happening? They're going to be up there, but I didn't see that. I knew they'd be in the top quarter, but to see how they started, there's no way.
And then let's get into the most important race of the year, the Calder Trophy, where Michkov still leads the way. 27 points in total. It has kind of become... Not in terms of points, no. He is 6th overall in rookie points, but he's got 12 in 29 games. It has become a two-horse race at this point, barring injuries, any more injuries. Matvei Michkov has 27 points in 29 games. Macklin Celebrini has 20 points in 21 games. 0.95 for Celebrini, 0.93 for Michkov. Third is Lane Hudson, who has 20 points in 30 games. And I think he'll be in the conversation just because he's a defenseman, but he's also minus 14. So Celebrini is minus 4, and Matvei is plus 3 with 30 penalty minutes, also leading the rookies in penalty minutes and points. So good for him. Sticking to the true nature of being a flyer. Broad Street boy.
Yeah.
As a rookie, leading points and penalty minutes. Love it. Love to see it.
Yeah. Thank God he's plus, or we wouldn't see him too with Torts there too.
Yeah.
So. Thank God he's playing well enough to keep a plus there.
I know, right? It's crazy because he was a lot of he's been playing better 5-on-5 since he's gotten healthy scratch, because before he got healthy scratch, like all his points were on the power play. And now he's scoring at 5-on-5, and our power play is god awful. We are right back down to the 15% that we've had in the last 4 years. It started off great, and it has just gone to shit. Power play dead. But speaking of power play, too, going back to the leaderboard here, Nathan McKinnon. So out of his 50 points, 14 of them on a power play. Kirill Kaprizov, out of his 47, only 10 of his points have been on the power play. He is leading the league in plus minus at plus 23. So that's the one advantage that he does have over the other two. Kucherov, out of Kucherov's 46 points, 20 of them have been on the power play. So almost half of his points have been on the power play. Kaprizov has scored less than a fifth of his points on the power play. And he's plus 23, which is leading the league. With guys not the top stars league, guys like Jake Middleton and fucking guys like this. So
the crazy thing is how he plays too. It's a lot like Cooch, where like he just kind of like doesn't seem like he's giving it at all most of the time, kind of floating around doing but like at the same point, always in the right spot, doing the right thing, making the right move with the puck, or making the creative play that other people can't. And it's like it just they make it look so easy.
Could you Mavi or not Mavi? Kirill, I mean, I could throw Mavi into this conversation too, but Kirill Kaprizov, Nikita Kucherov. Could you imagine them playing on the same line together? Because it's a possibility, and we'll come back to this in a little bit, but it needs to happen.
Stick them with a high energy guy to just retrieve pucks. That's all you need. Get the puck out of the corner for him. Call it a day.
Yeah, I mean this lineup I'm looking here doesn't have them paired with a high energy guy, but it's definitely a good board puck possession guy in Malkin.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll come back to that in a little bit. We're gonna stick on the NHL for a second and go into some injuries. Yossi, your boy. He's missed the last couple. I don't know. I don't think there's been an update on when he's actually coming back or when what's actually wrong with him. So
yeah, they keep moving him day to day and then just put him out, day of the game, and then move him back day to day and then put him out.
Yossi's out. Ovi's out. Stolarz, who's actually leading the NHL in save percentage at the moment, has missed the last couple games. I think he's going to be out at least a couple more. They put him on IR, so not great for them. Joseph Wall is also playing really good for them too, so I guess they can probably live since Wall was supposed to be their starter anyways. Panarin is now out. He missed the last game. Don't know what's wrong with him. We haven't got an update. I think he might have been sick or something. He got scratched last minute. He was supposed to start yesterday and got scratched. So. But he is right behind Hellebuck, basically for, I would say, the Vezina at the moment. And 22 and 14 wins. So.
Yeah.
He's out now. Rasmus Dahlin, and this is good. Oh, that's one thing we didn't talk about. Our future teams, our improved teams. Because Buffalo has fallen off a cliff. They are so dead. Dahlin has missed, 2 weeks now? He's been out the last 6 games. They have not won a game since Dahlin's been out. They've lost 10 games in a row. Buffalo
Who was I watching?
Is just about done, which we all basically expect to happen after 2 months into the season. Every year, they do the same shit every year. They start off hot and they just die, and they're not good. Every single year. Tage Thompson needs to get traded. And I guess while we're talking about this now, I was going to bring this up in our Four Nations talk, because I do think Tage was snubbed from the roster. He should have been on the team. But Tage Thompson. So one, I guess you could make for the Kreider Trocheck over Tage, and I said we'll get back into this in a bit, but Tage Thompson's been in the league almost 8 years now. He's played almost 400 games. Do you know how many playoff games he's played? He's played almost 400 games in the NHL. Hasn't sniffed the playoffs.
Yeah.
He has 0 experience in big games or anything like that.
He's a big-time player, too. Just the size, the shot, everything, his style of play. It's a shame that you never get to see him. That's the game I was watching. It was Wednesday. The Rangers played the Sabres. It's been a while since I heard in an NHL rink, the boos be so loud because it was in Buffalo, and the Rangers have been playing bad too. And they beat them 3-2. Buffalo couldn't really even get it going. Wasn't really getting good chances. It's like, I mean, it was so loud. I haven't heard that in a long time. Like, and I guess because they lost, not only are they on that losing streak, but they lost. They were on like a 5-game homestand or 6-game homestand or something like that. They lost everything.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Yeah. They lost 10 in a row. It's crazy.
Like, that's one of those things is like,
They're done.
we would do like, hey, let's go to a long weekend. Let's catch a couple games. And you go to, they just keep losing and losing and losing. It's like, dude, what do you do with that?
Yep. But yeah, so in her improved teams race, Buffalo is now at 26 points. Second to last in the East. And Ottawa, who I picked, is 32 points. They are in the second wild card at the moment. So, a little bit of a gap happening there.
Same sense, I did see a meme showing Buffalo laughing at Ottawa like 2 weeks ago at their record. And now it shows it's the other way around, what the current stuff is. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're part of that, they're part of that discussion every year where everybody's like, who's going to take the step? Buffalo, Ottawa, or Detroit?
We literally talked about
the
it.
Step?
You picked them again to be that team to take the step. And I was like, at this point, you just got to prove it to me, man.
Yeah.
The same shit. They start off hot every year, and like by December, they're out of the playoff race. They just need to get traded, like we talked about. These guys just need to get other places. Eichel's a stud. Reinhardt's a stud. Lindmark is a stud. Allmark. I said Lindmark. Linus Allmark. You just got to get out of Buffalo.
Yeah.
Danny Briere. I mean, he was good in Buffalo, but
Vanek too. Vanek's good there.
Should I get out of Buffalo? He's got to get out of there. 400 games and no playoffs.
That's another thing. So that game I was watching. So I went to the Detroit Buffalo game last year. All this hype around Owen Power, Darlene. Now they have what's that kid that just got traded there from Colorado? Byram. Yep. Byram, don't really see him much. Darlene always looks solid, nasty kind of player. Owen Power. Holy shit, did he look rough. It's just like turnover after turnover. He'd do like one where it's like come around behind the net and then almost do like a breakout, but the guy's circling down low at you, so he does a little drop pass behind the net for your defenseman. Well, the other defenseman's in the other corner, all the way in the corner. So there's a guy back there. He's just dropping it to him. It's like he was doing stuff like that over and over and over. I watched like 3 or 4 bad turnovers that we would see in our league.
Barely.
They were bad. Yeah, it was like, you're a high-level hockey player like that. Those are plays that we would yell at our teammates for doing that. It was so dumb. They were so dumb.
That's what it's like playing for Buffalo. Rasmus Ristolainen. I didn't even mention Rasmus Ristolainen. He's a fucking stud now. Like, you kidding me? He's a fucking stud for the Flyers now. There's another Four Nations guy on our roster. Flyers got him all over the place. I think we only got 3, but Rasmus Ristolainen is going to be a quality player for a contender after the deadline.
Yeah.
He's good. He's our best defenseman. He's actually like good defensively. We have turned him into an actual good defenseman. So, like I said, you just got to get out of Buffalo, man.
Wasn't he the one that like ran into the glass like he didn't
He
know
was
there?
He was that guy. He
acted like it came out of nowhere.
He was trying so hard to get out of Buffalo that he just tried to go straight to the fucking glass. He knew it. He's like, I gotta get out of here, man.
Yeah.
One way or another.
That clip was bad. Cause like he like skating up the side and turned like he didn't know it was there. You see where you're at. The rink hasn't changed.
I mean, it might have at one point in his life, but
okay.
Yeah,
been doing that in the NHL for a little bit. Yeah, should know how big it is.
Yeah. And did we talk about everything? We got one last category that we picked, and this is your worst subject of any of them. the Stanley Cup predictions. Because I picked the Oilers to win the Cup, who have now started to come around. They're now in playoffs. They're in third in their division, 38 points, not too far off from the lead. And I picked them to beat the Devils, who are second in the East right now. As Lair would say, the best team in the NHL. And you, sir, picked the Nashville Predators to pick the New York Rangers.
Yep.
Neither of which are in playoffs right now. One of which is the worst team in the NHL. So I'll throw it over to you. Do you have any thoughts or feelings you want to speak on?
Yeah, I'll start off with Nashville just with a few things. Like, I don't understand it other than they're just not pulling out games. They are up there with OT losses already. They already have 6. It's the inability to score like you were talking about. So 6 overtime losses already this year. That's insane. So you're not closing out games. Your skill guys aren't getting it done in OT because that's all that is. Their power play is at 18%. 18%. Like the wings are at 20%. We struggle even getting in the zone sometimes. We literally look like we can't get in the zone.
Yeah. So Nashville is last in goals for at 2.26, and that's why they're going to overtime, because Saro is actually playing on like his head. Like, he's got a 908. He's 6-19 with a 908 save percentage. Like, that's insane. They're averaging 2.26 goals per game. The second last is 2.4. Like, they're very under it. They're the worst shooting percentage of the league. The only team under 8% at 7.7. They are they're 11th in shots for, but 32nd in shooting percentage. They just can't score. They're all just none of them, and that's just killing it, man. At this point, there was the last month and a half I've been on the Nashville. Like, every time they're on the slate, like, I'm just stacking Nashville 1. We're gonna win some money. They're gonna break out of it. 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 And at this point, At this point, I am off Nashville. I will not play a single player from Nashville until they score 4 goals, like 3 games in a row at least.
Yeah.
I am so done with it. I am off the bus. They just can't. I don't know. Can't score.
You want to know another thing? Like, backing up, you're like, Saro's still getting it done. They're just not scoring. So their power play is 24th in the league at 18%.
Their penalty kill
is number 1, 87.5%. Number 1 in the league. So
they just can't score.
Like,
it's just their offense.
And then I think 6 was the top in the league in OT losses. Either top or someone had 7. So, like, at that point, too, it's literally down to your skill guys just not scoring, not doing what they are getting paid to do.
The Islanders have 7, then they have 6. But yeah, they have 8 wins. They're the only team in the NHL that doesn't have double-digit wins. Like, they are the worst team in the NHL. Like, it's absolutely insane because they can't score. The only reason they have 6 overtime losses is because they have good goaltending, and they've held them to a 2-2 game going into overtime.
Yeah.
If they were scoring at a fucking 5th overall clip, like, they would probably be like 16-12 or something.
It's not something I saw coming at all with the additions that they added.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I talked them up right there with you. I didn't pick them to win the cup, but
I just, I don't know. It's just their defense is still their defense. Their goalie's still their goalie. And you got better at forward.
All they did was get better.
Cool. Yeah, okay, cool. And guess what? Defense still doing the same thing. Goalie's still doing the same thing. And your offense can't do shit now.
It's got worse.
Like,
Stamkos is falling off a cliff, scoring-wise. Like, you just can't bury a puck. But that's the whole offense. You can say the same thing about Forsberg. He's playing all right, but, like, he's not scoring at what he was last year.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't know how it gets better at this point. Like, I'm off the Nashville train. I think they're done. I think at this point, it might be just time to, like, Barry Trotz just fold in for the year and, like...
They're in a tough division, too. So, like, it's not an easy...
The West, I mean, everything, I guess, is tough. But, yeah, like, there's not an easy comeback for them.
No. No, not at all. Other half of that prediction, the Rangers. First off, I'm going to start this by good. Fuck the Rangers. Fucking
Fuck
can't
the
stand the
Rangers.
Rangers. You know,
Fuck the
I
Rangers.
can't fucking stand them.
Fuck
But
the Rangers.
that said, their team, I don't know.
Fuck the Devils too.
Yeah.
Let's just put that out in the universe real quick, okay? But come on.
They're another one. Like I don't get it. Really, really don't. I don't know what's going on with the Rangers. Still, the goalie he is.
Sturkin is
Their
still
power play.
Sturkin.
Yeah.
They
Their
can't.
power
Like,
plays.
analytically speaking, they just can't play defense. Like all four of their offensive lines just suck this year defensively. Like they're just not playing good two-way hockey, and like they're just letting Sturkin's either gonna stand on his head or they're gonna lose 7-4.
And to me, I've always felt like they, granted, it's a little biased because I fucking can't stand them. But every time I watch them play, it seems like most calls go their way. It seems like a lot of shit goes their way at MSG. And so it's like they live. But just watching the game, even when I'm watching the Rangers versus some random other team like Arizona or something, it's always seems like they're getting the betterment of the calls. And they always seem to cash in on the power play.
Yeah,
their power play is not bad. I mean, they're middle of the road this year. So it's not that bad.
Part of why they're not as good as they are. Then
it's why they're not as good. Yeah. But again, guess where their PK is? Number 2, right behind fucking Nashville.
Yeah.
Like
you know who's. Where are we? Damn, we fell a little bit, didn't we? Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
They're.
We were up there. Now we're third.
Yeah. I mean, that's still not bad. That's 80%.
Yeah, it's not good. Like, we've been top 5 the last couple of years.
Yeah. Let's see where the Wings are.
31st. Nice. 67.
67%.
Not last though.
Yeah. 67.5%. That's rough.
That's not good.
That's rough.
Somehow not last though.
That's like if you were gonna bet on the other team to score against our beer league team in the last 5 minutes of the game. Like we are minus 400 for the other team to score against us.
For sure. No, absolutely. All right. 400 might be late.
Ago, 5 minutes ago, cash it in. But you ain't getting much because
up 6-5 with a minute and a half left to go. You're still plus money to win the game. That's the Rats.
I don't know. I mean, I don't watch a ton of the Rangers. They are annoying. They black out all the games here. We live in a fucking very horrible spot as far as
the worst spot ever.
Games.
Like as a Flyers fan, I play in the division where I have the Rangers, the Islanders, and the Devils, who are blacked out. That blacks out half of the Flyers schedule.
Yeah.
Buffalo.
And then
half of the Flyers schedule is blacked out.
We're not as bad, but we are. We have Buffalo in that in division, and then we still have those games with the other guys, just not as many. Yeah, it's. Upstate New York is stupid. They think you're New York City, and you're not. And then they think you have New York City channels, and you don't. And guess what? You can't get them either. Or you're going to have to pay way more to do that. And I haven't found a good way to do it yet. So we just don't.
Still don't know how to do it.
Yeah. Well, even the one. I can't remember what game it was. And it said, I'm on MSG B. It's like MSG plus B. So then I got Trevor's login, got online, and guess what? It showed that there was no game on that channel.
Yeah.
So like sense. I couldn't even watch it, but then I tried on through ESPN. It's still blacked out. It says it's on that channel. Well, then MSG said it's not.
Channel just doesn't exist.
It showed the channel, but it said no games on. All right, cool. Cool.
Fucking stupid.
Because New York City thinks we're too far away, so they block it off from us. And then everyone else says that it's on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
The life of living in upstate New York.
Pretty much. I fucking love it here.
So my Stanley Cup pick is bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to win a lot because I don't even think either one of my teams are gonna make playoffs.
At this point, I mean, the Rangers are still like on the cusp. They're only a point out of playoffs. I mean, Nashville. I don't know. I just don't.
It'd be like the Blues that one year.
Yeah, sort of. But it's different in the fact that like Nashville is supposed to be good and it just sucks. Like St. Louis wasn't good. They were just a bad team, and then they called up Bennington, and then they just went on a roll.
And had a fight in practice.
Yeah, literally. Like, they just had like Stamkos ain't fighting anybody in practice. I don't know what they do. They just locked themselves into Stamkos and Marcia show, and like it's already looking like two very bad deals. Brady Shea too. All three of the deals they made this year, none of them are really bad. None of them panned out.
Maybe Tampa was onto something, offering him fucking shit for money.
I mean, listen, is somebody just playing a BGM mode? Like, it was a horrible, but like, I'm not paying a guy $5 million, or what did they give, $8 million for the next 3 years? Nashville gave him as a 36-year-old. You're crazy. Not a shot.
Right, but I probably would have split the difference there somewhere because didn't they offer him like?
They offered him like 3.
Yeah. I think I would have split the difference.
Yeah.
He might have taken that.
I mean,
but
maybe
they thought 3 was good.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of working out for Tampa. I mean, they're scoring. Hagel and Cirelli have been two of the like bright spots of the whole NHL. That second line has made me a lot of money so far in DFS. So they are my favorite line. I guarantee if they're, I think it's FanDuel. So FanDuel sends out like after the season like your most picked players, your most picked combos, like the stats on like who you pick. I don't know if DraftKings does it, but if they did, Tampa Bay 2 would 100% be my line I pick most. The Cirelli Hagel line, I pick them so much. And the best part is when a forward goes out, because like if Nick Paul gets hurt, a lot of times he's on the line, they won't dress a 12 forward. They'll go 11 and 7, and then they'll just rotate Kucherov, Gunsel, and Point onto that second line. They'll all just like take turns double shifting. And that's the best part because then you can just fucking pair them all up. It's great. It's won me so much money this year. The Hagels, I owe them a lot. I owe them a lot so far in my DFS success this year. But, yeah. I think we've covered, what do we, yeah. Where are we? We're talking about how shittier picks were.
Yeah.
Rangers might make it. Nashville, probably not. Not looking great for them.
No.
But we still haven't even picked a, see, now we're going to have to find a mutual person to pick our bet winning prize. Because now I think I might be have a little bit of a lead here with these picks. The other things are pretty close still, but this one might take a little bit. I guess it's only like 20 points, but it might be enough to push me ahead there. Although they still do got to make it there, so I guess even if my team's losing the first 2 rounds of playoffs, it's the same thing as your team's missing the playoffs. So, guess you still
doesn't sound like the same thing, but.
In hindsight, it kind of is. But, yeah. What else do we got going on? We got some trades going on. The Avs. We're talking about the Rangers. Let's go with the Rangers first. So, the Rangers finally trade Jacob Trouba, and it is not to the Detroit Red Wings. How do you feel about that?
That's fine. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of him, to be honest. The only difference is I think he's dirty. But I think he would have helped our D, and our D is fucking horrible other than Mo Seider.
Trouba is kind of like an old school defenseman, but he 100% brings a defensive layer to your game that you need. Any team could use it. Yeah. And definitely you guys could definitely use that on the back end.
Take a little off Mo Seider, but nope. Couldn't get done because he said, fuck you, Detroit. I'm a little curious, though. Like,
you know what's crazy?
We would have given up to get him over.
So I think it all depends on what. I think it all depends on what you guys were going to eat on his contract.
Well,
the deal they ended up getting,
the Rangers didn't even eat anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They didn't get a lot back because Anaheim ate the whole deal, so they didn't get like a great return. And so I was wondering, I don't know if the discussions have changed like when they first started with Detroit in the offseason, where Detroit might have ate some of the contract, or the Rangers might have ate some of the contract, and then they would have got something maybe a little more, but I don't know what. I don't know what those conversations were, obviously.
Yeah,
It's crazy though
to let that stuff out.
So it's crazy though. So like Truba, he almost got traded to you guys. He said fuck you guys, and then getting a deal worked out. He said to Anaheim, and he said Anaheim was one of the places that him and his wife had talked about and they wanted to go to. And I was like, wow, this is like kind of weird. Like Cutter Goudier was like, nah, fuck you guys, but like I'm cool with playing in Anaheim. Like, is Anaheim a place to go? Like, you want to go play? Is it just because it's fucking South Cali, or is it like? It's just because it's a good place to live, and these players are just like, fuck the hockey aspect part of it, or like,
well, like,
because I mean, there's not like, I mean, I guess you could argue Anaheim's got some like youth in this, like coming in the team, and like they got like maybe a potential future, but like, as a like, is that something really you want to like bet on? I don't know.
No, and I think to me, if I was a pro athlete,
their options were a little like limited too, I guess.
Yeah. If I'm a pro athlete, would I rather play in a place like Anaheim or Florida or Winnipeg? And I'm sorry,
but Winnipeg's
like,
the best team in the league.
Yeah, yes. And winning is fun, and that's all good. But Florida's pretty good too.
Yeah.
You know, Anaheim's not. But Florida's pretty good too, and you could go down there.
You can have a fucking life
and then
outside of your house.
Play golf. Meanwhile, Winnipeg, it's like, yeah, what do you do? It's like, I play hockey. It's like, all right, what do you do in your free time? I sit in my house because it's fucking cold.
I turn the heat on.
Yeah,
it's my
when
hobby.
it gets real bad, I turn it up a little bit more. You know. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be so tough to like. Obviously, you want to win. You want to play. You know, I'd want to. You know, I want to win games, but I kind of want to live in a nice spot too. You know, to where I can kind of chill and just enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's not a main Canadian market, but I'm not freezing my ass off. I can go play golf or fucking hang outside or go fishing or something.
You know, speaking of this, we still have not had the Cutter Goudier conversation on this podcast. And I think maybe we'll do this the next episode. Just bank on it now. We'll have a section to it because I obviously have a lot of thoughts on that situation. We have not talked about it. No, Cutter, he's kind of coming back around. Listen, I don't mean any terrible being on Cutter Goudier, but I could care less if he succeeds or not. He is not somebody I will be rooting for ever. So, like, dating back to like when Bob won the cup this past year. You know, he had the Flyers community being like, yeah, like I don't want to see Bob win the cup because you know like I wanted to see him win the cup because we traded him. He didn't fuck us over. We traded him.
Gave up on him.
We gave up on Bob. We gave up on you. We gave up on Bob because he was the rookie. He was he had like a 9.13 as a rookie. And what did we do? We went out and signed Brizgalov to a 7-year, $70 million contract. We gave up on Bob. And then that season he was like, well, if you're going to play Brizgalov fucking 70 games a year, like trade me. That's what we did. And what did he do the next year? The first year out of Philadelphia, wins the Vezina.
Played humongous big. That's what he did.
He played humongous big. Way more humongous big than the galaxy of Ilya Brizgalov. So, I forgot where I was going with this.
You're talking about Cutter. We're going to talk about next pod.
Yes. Anyways, so yeah, let's just plan for that. We're going to have that Cutter discussion, and that's going to lead into my player. It's going to lead to a whole player contract and forced trade situations across multiple sports. So just plan on that. What else? Yeah, the Avs trades. So the Avs finally go out and trade Gorgiev, and now they will. What?
I said Forgiev.
Forgiev. Yeah, if you want to call him Forgiev or Sevengiev.
Yeah, pretty close.
Svengiev, whatever you want to call him. The Avs will now be splitting wood in the crease between Mackenzie Blackwood and Scott Wedgwood. I stole that joke. Shout out Brock Sagan. Yeah, I think Scott Wedgwood and Mackenzie Blackwood are both better than Alex Gorgiev. This is by far Gorgiev is trash. Gorgiev is god awful. I haven't even looked at what his actual stats ended up being after they traded him. Let's see if we can find him somewhere down here. But Alex Gorgiev is god awful, and like the Avs are such a good team. This doesn't go past 50, so I can't find him. Oh, there he is. He finished. He's 9 and 7. He's got 873 save percentage. 9-7 record. Like the Avs are so good. They don't need an elite goalie. They just need somebody to play goalie. Like, that's it. Like, they just need somebody to be in the net. Like, what did Gorgiev have last year? Gorgiev had an 897 save percentage last year, and he led the NHL in wins. Like, that's fucking insane. Like, they don't need an elite goalie. If they get a goalie that can post a 9-10 save percent, they're going to win 70 games. Gorgiev had an 897 last year and led the league with 38 wins, 36 wins, what the fuck it was. That's insane. Like, they don't need a guy to be elite. They just need a guy to play goalie.
Stop a couple pucks. Stop more than you let in.
Literally.
Keep it under 4
just make a
or
fucking
5.
save here and there.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to let up a chance. I just need you to save the puck. I just need the goalie to do their job. That's it.
Try to keep it under 4. We should be okay.
Even if you let in 3, like, we're still going to score 5, so we're good. You just can't let in 7. So, I think, obviously Scott Wedgwood and Mackenzie Blackwood aren't elite goalies, but they've shown that they can at least stop the puck, especially Wedgwood came from, Dallas last year, and then, where was he? He was in Nashville? Was he in Nashville first half of the year? I think he was in Nashville. And then Mackenzie Blackwood's been playing great for San Jose. Why not take a shot?
Yep.
So, yeah. I think the Avs goaltending situation is better, and it's not good for the rest of the league, especially since McKinnon is right on top of the league leaders, 50 points. I think Rannon's like 4th, so Makar is 10th. Not great for the rest of the league.
Glad I got him in fantasy. That's what I can say.
Makar's 14th with 37 points. Rantanen is tied for 3rd with 46, and McKinnon is 1st with 50. So, giving them some goaltending, not great for the rest of the league. I wonder what their odds are right now. Go bet the Avs to win the cup. Might be a good bet, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, now that we're done, I think we're done. Any other thoughts you want to talk about before we get into Four Nations?
Not really.
You want to talk about?
I'm curious if Gorgiev plays bad enough where it gives Askarov a spot to come up into.
Yes. Okay. So let's talk about this. One, how does Askarov not make the opening day roster? Okay. I understand Mackenzie Blackwood and Vitek Vanacek are NHL goalies, but come on. You traded for this kid to be that was the whole point that he requested out of Nashville, because he didn't want to be in the AHL. He wanted to be in the NHL. He wasn't going to get that with them locking up Saros. And now he's coming to San Jose, where it's like, it seemed to me, I drafted it. I still have him on my fantasy team. It seemed like he was the guy. Was he not?
Yeah.
And now you've traded away Mackenzie Blackwood, and they still have not called up Askarov. What are we doing? Are we really going to play Gorgiev over Askarov? What are we doing? Honestly, what are we doing? It's insane. I would have traded for Gorgiev just to buy him out. It's insane. It's insane to me that Askarov is not in the NHL. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Makes 0 sense to me.
No, I really didn't. Even the start of the year, I didn't see him not being on the opening day roster. I was more in shock when he wasn't. I was like, what? Yeah. I was like, who are their goalies?
Yeah.
Who did they keep up in front of him?
Mackenzie Blackwood and Vitek Vanacek. Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just 2 former double goalies that couldn't make it. Absolutely insane that and he's still not in the NHL. I don't get it. Don't get it. I'm still holding on to him. Like he's still, like I said, I drafted the kid in our fantasy league, and I'm just holding on to him because like he's got what does he have? I think he played 2 games. He's got like a 922 save percentage in the 2 games he played. Like it's not like they called him up and he played bad. He came up and he fucking won.
I still have Levi too on mine. They just called him back up.
Yeah,
but he's another one that I thought was like gonna, Grant Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen.
I did too. I was
playing good, but like
in the beginning of the season, we talked slightly, like, very quickly about I was going to trade you for Levi.
Yeah,
and that was like immediately when he got sent down.
I thought he was going to have a bigger role, and then they, he's good every game I ever watched him, and just sent him down and kind of lived down there.
Yaroslav Askov, 2 games played. He's 1-1, 196 goals against, and 927 save percentage. Why is this kid in the AHL? Like, why for the Sharks? If he was in the AHL for, I don't even know if I can make an argument for any team where this kid should be in the AHL. Can you make that argument though that he should be in the AHL over a backup goalie?
Oh, you want him to play more games. You don't want him to just sit behind. You want him to develop and sitting behind. If
you're looking at it like that, yes. But I mean, like looking at just that as like a statistical, like just looking at you're putting your best 2 goalies on your team. Is he not a backup on any team?
No, I agree.
He's not even on the fucking roster for the Sharks. Like, what are we doing? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It makes 0 sense to me. He's 1-0-1. He didn't even lose that game, and he let in 2 goals on 33 shots in his loss. It's absolutely insane that this kid is not in the NHL.
Yeah, it's still pretty solid there.
Switch, anything else you want to talk on? That was a good little pull there, because I actually did want to talk about him.
Not really. Wings are where they're at due to poor defense, poor PK, and
yeah, Wings suck.
I wouldn't even say shaky goaltending. Your goaltending's where I thought it needed to be for us to be better.
Yeah, we actually I think we skipped that in the injury section. Yeah, your goaltending has been better as a whole this year than I thought it would be. Lions missed the last month, but he was playing good before that. And Talbot has obviously been great. I think he just came back and then he got hurt in practice, right? The other day. And now he's out again. But yeah, I think Talbot again, I'm going to talk about this in a little bit with Canada, but yeah, I think Talbot was a snub for Team Canada, so
yeah.
We'll talk about it in a second. But anything else before we get into the 4 nations here?
No, not really.
All right, well, let's get into the 4 nations then. Should we go? You want to talk about the U.S. first or last? This is the best way to do this. Let's just run through the other teams first, I guess. Maybe the first.
Yeah.
Because Finland, let's just go Finland. I think Finland's obviously the 4th best team. I think everybody agrees. Finland's probably the 4th best team. But I do think that Finland is going to be a very annoying team to play. Because they have Aho, that's what I was missing. Sebastian Aho, Alex Barkov, and Ropi Hintz down the middle, who are 3 of the best defensive centers in the league. So I think Finland's going to be a very annoying team to play against. They don't have necessarily the firepower that the other 3 teams have. But they got some guys. They got Mikko Rantanen, and obviously Barkov and Aho, and Lane can score a power play goal. But yeah. They got Stars in that who can steal a game. So I think they're going to be a very annoying team to play, like I said. And then we'll go into Sweden. We think Sweden's obviously the 3rd, but look, everybody has the same opinion, I'm pretty sure. Canada, U.S. are the teams to beat. But I do think Sweden has a sneaky team.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of firepower. And Zibanejad, Raymond, Elias Pettersson, Willie Nylander, your boy Willie, Elias Lindholm, Edge Kempe, Willie Karlsson, Philippe Forsberg is not having a great year, but I mean they have some firepower up front. And they got Gustafsson, Markstrom, Lindmark, and that. Not bad. But let's get into the teams that actually matter. Let's talk about Canada first, because Canada goes with some interesting choices here. So one thing I think that Canada did over the U.S., I think Canada picked a lot of their I think for this Four Nations tournament, like teams should have picked more of like what's going on this year.
Yeah.
Rather than like the veteran. I don't think you really need that veteran in this tournament. Like this is basically an NHL All-Star tournament. Like you can't play in this tournament if you're not on an NHL roster. Like all these guys know each other. There's only 4 teams. Like, and Canada picked guys like Sorelli, TK. I mean TK made the team, and then like Seth Jarvis. They picked these younger guys over guys like Zach Hyman or Steven Stamkos who have like the experience but aren't playing good this year, and that's where I think they differ from the U.S., which we'll get into in a second. But I do think Evan, like first looking at this roster, Evan Bouchard not making this team seems pretty fucking wild to me. I get it. I mean, they have a good set of defense, but like even Travis Sanheim made the team. I'm picking Evan Bouchard over Travis Sanheim. Like Shea Theodore, like I don't understand how Evan Bouchard didn't make this team, but it is what it is, I guess. I think Canada's downfall it's probably going to be their goaltending, and going with Sam Montembeault, Jordan Bennington, and Aiden Hill, just absolutely ugly. I think the 2 biggest snubs of Team Canada are probably Logan Thompson and Cam Talbot. Talbot had, .915 save percentage. Logan Thompson was a .913. Both of which are better than all 3 of these goalies. I'm taking either one of them over all 3 of these goalies any day of the week.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going for here, honestly. So, what's your thoughts, Team Canada?
Do not like Montembeault at all. I will not pick him in anything because he is too shaky.
I suppose he's throwing a 45 save shutout or he's letting 7 goals.
I like Benner, but Benner's pretty similar to that too.
Benner's a fucking clown. Jordan Bennington is a clown.
Aiden Hill. If I didn't think that
right. he won a cup, but like
I think it's all Vegas. I don't think it's him.
He hasn't been that great this year. He's got like a 903 or 905. So like he's all right. Mm-hmm. And Vegas is scoring like an insane clip right now. Like they're due to get some regression. Like I don't like Aiden. I think Logan Thomas and Cam Talbot are better options than any 3 of these guys.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
Thompson was my pick this year for like taking over with Washington. That's who I picked to like have a breakout. He has. Yeah.
He's up there and back to the goalie page here. Yeah, I mean he's part of the reason why Washington is one of the best teams in the league right now. Holy fuck. Logan Thompson is he's 12-1-2. I honestly did not realize that. He is 12-1-2. I knew he was playing good. 913, 245. He's 12-1-2. He's the only person with 1 loss. The only one. He's the only goalie in the top 50 with 1 loss. And he's 10th in save percentage. So, yeah. Like I said, I think that's a fucking very clear snub. And Cam Talbot is actually ahead of him in save percentage. He's got 916. So like
on a horrible defensive Red Wings
the Red Wings team. And we got Montembeault.
It's not like Talbot's letting in like bad goals for the most part too. I think I've seen like 1 or 2 like bad goals. Most of everything is tips, tight rebounds in front of the net. Because even like the backdoor chances, he's diving across, and he's getting a lot of those pucks that like he really shouldn't. I'd be curious to see. You're very analytical. I'd be curious to see like goals saved above
expected.
What was it? Yeah. Yep.
True, Talbot. Talbot's one of the better ones in the league. That's why he's on my snub list.
Yeah.
And Logan Thompson's up there. But look at I was getting off topic. Sam Montembeault's got he's played 24 games so far this year. He's got a 900 save percentage. He's first on the Canadian roster. Jordan Bennington's played 23 games. He's got an 899. Aiden Hill's played 20 games. He's got an 899. It's insane. Like, why are I didn't even get it. It's funny too. Let me pull up this. So there's Canada's B roster is still better than like a lot of teams. Still very good. You got Carter Verhage, Matt Barzal, Zach Hyman, Steven Stamkos, Mark Scheifele, Wyatt Johnson, Macklin Celebrini, Connor Bedard, John Tavares, Robert Thomas, Tom Wilson, Nick Suzuki, and Jordan Kyrou. That's Canada's B team. With Logan Thompson and Cam Talbot and Mackenzie Blackwood. Evan Bouchard, Dougie Hamilton, Thomas Chabot, Morgan Riley, Noah Dobson, Mackenzie Wigger. Like, that's their B team.
Mm-hmm.
Still incredibly good. But let's get to the team that matters. Because we live here in America. Murica, baby!
Like
So,
every Buffalo game, they start chanting USA.
U.S. I still am hung up on the fact that in Buffalo, when there's two American teams playing, they play the Canadian national anthem. Because they don't do that in any other American arena. I mean, I guess I haven't been to, like, Minnesota. What else is close to the border? I don't know. But, like, nobody else does that. If there's two American teams playing, they still play the Canadian national anthem, which, you know what, Buffalo? Just go over the border if you want to be there. But yeah, Murica, I think, we talked about this a little bit. I think this is the best team on paper. Obviously, they still got to win the tournament. They still got to perform. On paper, this is probably the best American team, like, in our recent lifetime. Over the last, like I said, I think there was the one team, I don't know if it was the Olympics or the World Cup in the late 90s that had, like, Mike Modano and Tkachuk and Hall and Leach and Leclerc and, like, just all kinds of Hall of Famers. Mike Richter, like, which is obviously probably better because I think they won it too. But
yeah,
it must have been a World Cup because they didn't win the Olympics. But yeah, anyways, this I think is, in terms of firepower, gotta be one of the best American-born teams. I mean, Kyle Connor, Jack Hughes. I mean, yeah, both Hughes, Quinn Hughes too. Matthews, the Tkachuks. Like, there is just Gunsel. There is just so much firepower on this roster. Eichel, Baldy, Larkin. I mean, the worst, honestly, the Rangers aside. Like, I mean, Dylan Larkin's one of the worst, I wouldn't say worst, but lesser players, if you want to call him that, like, on the roster.
Yeah.
And he's a great player. He's one of my favorite players, like, outside of.
I'm interested to see how he is, because I never really watched the World Championships.
He's got real talent.
How he is with that talent around it.
Yeah, it's crazy. They got a lot of talent. They got Brock Faber, Adam Fox, Noah Hannafin, Quinn Hughes, Charlie McAvoy, Jacob Slagan, and Zach Werenski, who's having a phenomenal year on the D end. But their strongest part of the team might be their goaltending. And Connor Hellebuyck, Jake Ottinger, and Jeremy Swayman, despite Swayman having a very bad year, I believe. Pretty sure he is under 900 somewhere's down here. Somewhere's down here. He is 10-10. He's got Jeremy Swayman's at 888 save percentage after signing a massive deal. Speaking of which, we did not touch on the fact that Igor Shesterkin got paid after immediately, almost like an hour after they traded Trouba. Got paid.
They said that they weren't trying to announce that.
Yeah.
To, like, hush it up. But, like, why would it even come out?
Yeah. Immediately. What was it? 8 for 92, 11.5 a year, the highest goaltending deal in the year, or in the league history.
Little crazy that he held out for half a year, to me. Because initially turned down 8
for 88 or something. Yeah.
He held out
extra
for
$4 million.
Yeah. Little crazy.
I agree. A little weird on that, but hey.
I was thinking, like, what does he want? If he turned down 8,
I was thinking he wanted at least
like
12, 13. Like, he's looking for like Connor McDavid money or
mm-hmm.
I guess Draisaitl, I think, is top.
Yeah.
But yeah. Don't really know. He held out for $500,000 when you're making $12 million, $11 million.
Well, it's just like Swayman held out and then didn't take what I thought he was gonna try to take.
Yeah, Swayman is not playing good, so he's lucky he signed it early because he's had no leverage right now with an 888 save percentage that he has through 22 games. But Shesterkin is still up here somewhere. But yeah, Team USA. Looking at their initial roster, I felt Tage Thompson and Cole Caulfield were snubs of the roster. I think they should have made it. Look, I think Kyle Connor has 17 goals. He's leading the American roster. Tage Thompson Cole Caulfield. Cole Caulfield is tied with him at 17 goals, leading the Americans and not on the roster. Second place, Tage Thompson, 16 goals, not on the American roster. 2 of the 3 leading American goal scorers are not on the American roster. And instead, we took guys like Vincent Trocheck and Chris Kreider, who obviously have the experience. But like I said, I think we should have done more of what Canada did and take the young guys that are playing well now. Like, they took Seth Jarvis and TK over guys like Stamkos and Hyman. Like, we should have done that same thing and took Tage Thompson and Caulfield over Trocheck and Chris Kreider. The Rangers are trash this year. None of them are playing great. Chris Kreider can still score power play goals, but like we're playing in an all-star tournament. Everybody can score a fucking power play goal if you put them on the ice. Like, what are we talking about here? And I don't think we needed that experience. Like, we should have took who's playing good now. That's what the whole thing is. It's in the middle of the season. It's not the off season. Like, it's in 2 months from now. Like, I think we should have just took Cole Caulfield and Tage Thompson, but the roster is still amazing.
Yeah,
Thoughts on US?
I agree. I mean, I love it, honestly. You know, I'm excited to see what they can do. I would start, because of Swayman's bad year, honestly, to me, it's a toss-up between Hellebuck and Ottinger. I know Hellebuck is playing better, but like...
I do not think it's a toss-up.
Huh?
I do not think it's a toss-up. I think Hellebuck is the best goalie in the world.
I love Ottinger.
I do too. I bet the Stars to win the fucking cup. I have a 3-team part. I have the Stars, the Thunder, NBA, and the Eagles. I have a 3-team parlay to all of them win the championship, and the Stars who I picked in the NHL. I love Ottinger, but like Hellebuck is the best goalie in the world. He has been the best goalie in the world over the last 2 to 3 seasons, and he is still the best goalie in the world. I do not think it's toss-up, but I think we have the best backup goalie in the world.
Yeah. All right, I can get on to that. But regardless, like, I don't think that's not gonna make or break either one. That decision. That's
no. Whoever
okay.
Plays
Whatever.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Love the D. Honestly, I could do without Trocheck, Kreider. I mean, I'd take Matt Boldy out of that, if need be, just to make room for Tage and Caulfield.
I mean, like I said,
I
love
take Tage. Tage is a guy like I want to see in stuff like this, just because the size, the way he plays, like I want to see.
That's what I was saying, and that's what I was talking about earlier. Like, that's what made me look into like. Because they were saying Tage hasn't played big games. I was like, oh, Tage has played almost 400 games and no playoff games. It's crazy that like.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Do you know how good like Matt Boldy is actually playing this year? He's at like a point per game pace. He should be. Like I said, I think Trocheck. Like I said, there's the 2 guys I would have switched out. But yeah, I think we should have done things like Boldy's playing good, and I just
everybody else I'm okay with.
Brock Nelson maybe. I think Brock Nelson's probably
maybe
right there with Trocheck and Kreider. Everybody else, I mean, you got Connor, Eichel, Gunsel, Hughes, Larkin, Matthews, Miller, Tkachuk. That's a fucking good roster right there. But I guess Brock Nelson's a good like shutdown 4C stacked roster. So
yeah.
He's very good defensively.
Not looking to play a whole lot of D, to have to shut people down. I'm looking at my top guys to beat their top guys.
But, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is an NHL All-Star tournament.
You're playing a couple games.
Caulfield is tied with your leading goal scorer. Tage Thompson over the last 3 years. Austin Matthews is obviously the leading American goal scorer. Tage Thompson is second. He's the second leading goal scorer the last 3. You're not even talking about just this year. Over the last 3 years, like there's no reason Tage Thompson shouldn't be on this roster. And you need to make a case for like Clayton Keller.
Yeah, he's another one. I love Clayton Keller.
You take out Trocheck, Kreider, and Nelson. You put in Tage, Caulfield, and Keller, and like I think that looks way better.
Yeah, Brock's got 20 points, 32 games, 10-10.
Yeah,
he's even. Yeah. It's tough. I'd rather see the scoring. I'd rather see the high end skill like Caulfield and Tage
bring. This is an all-star tournament.
And Keller's another one of those. Like Keller's so creative and shifty. I don't know. I'm not looking at our PK, for the most part, because not for nothing, but like Larkin has that higher end skill.
Yeah.
Larkin can do your PK. Larkin's done the PK.
Yeah.
Like you have guys that can do that. They don't need to be just that. They don't need to be your defensive studs. This isn't building a roster for,
Yeah. You got
what are you looking at?
You have Larkin, Nelson, Miller, the Chucks. Like all these dudes can kill penalties. Like you don't need Kreider and Trocheck to be another pair.
This isn't like a 30-game playoff run. Like how many penalties are we looking at?
This is what, a 4-game tournament? You play each team once, and then the top 2 teams play each other for the gold for the tournament win. Like it's a 4-game tournament.
Yeah, it's gonna go quick, and it's gonna multiply the mistakes.
So I think Finland and Sweden. I think Finland's a snake. I'm interested to see I wonder if there's odds out. I'm interested to see what the odds would be, because they're such a good defensive team. Where if they just hold a team like Canada or U.S. out one time, they could easily just sneak into that gold medal game, and then they're there.
Yeah,
just squeak out a couple wins. It's like I said, it's only a 4 fucking game tournament. So they do is squeeze out a couple games and they're in. And it's not like their guys haven't been.
No, I know. That's the thing too.
Who's their goalie? Saros. Saros is their goalie who can easily steal a game.
Barkov's that guy. Yes, is he amazing defensively? Yes. But if you want to turn on offensively, he can do that.
He's the fucking Silky winner.
Free
won the Silky last year, did not?
Free him up a little bit and take some responsibility off him, and see what this man can do.
Yeah. And guess what? He gets off the ice, and you get Sebastian Aho coming out doing the same exact thing.
Yep.
He's either gonna shut you down or he's gonna score himself. I think Finland's a sneaky team. I imagine they're gonna have the 4th worst odds. So they might be just worth a little bet just because.
Yeah.
Depending on what they open up at. But I think this tournament gets better. And obviously, I think this leads into the Olympics, and I hope they all come to an agreement and we can get back into the Olympics with the NHL players. And
it needs
and not only does that need to happen, but let's be real. I understand there is a war going on with Russia, but Russia needs to be in the fucking tournament. They need to be in terms of the NHL, they need to be in this tournament. This Russian roster is absolutely insane.
Well, what are we talking about here? We're talking about hockey.
Yes.
But
Russia's banned. But Russia's banned from the Olympics.
I understand that, but that's what I'm saying. It's
so I'm saying we're
talking about hockey.
Yes. We need to just I get it. Russia's got their own horrible shit going on, but they shouldn't make these guys suffer from playing in a hockey tournament. It's fucking their roster: Kirill Kaprizov, Evgeny Malkin, Nikita Kucherov, Antony Panarin, Pavel Bunechov, Andrei Svechnikov. The third line right now would be Alex Ovechkin, Barbashev, and Matvey Michkov, Kirill Mikheyenkov, Valeri Nichushkin. This roster is absolutely stacked. And the best part about this team might be their goalie. I think their trio of goalies might be better than the U.S.'s trio of goalies. And Igor Shesterkin, Andrew Vasilevsky, and Ilya Sorokin. It's insane. The one thing that the U.S. goalies don't really have is that Stanley Cup final winning experience, and Vashi has fucking 3 of them.
Yeah.
And he's technically gonna be the backup behind Shesterkin, probably. That's even I don't even know how that would go. To be honest, I don't even know how that would win that. And you could throw Sorokin in that mix too, because Sorokin's been one of the best goalies in terms of stats in the last couple of years. He just played on a team that can't score.
Mm-hmm.
If he plays on the Rangers or the Lightning, he's probably great there with the other 2 of them. So and then you have even the Czech team. So team 6, which I guess would technically be the Czechs, because that'd be Palat, Zacha, Pasternak, Necas, Hurdle. They got Verana, Vlasic, Kempe, Cheadle. They got a roster, but it's not great. But they have Pasternak, they have Necas. As of right now, 4 4 of the top 6 scorers in the NHL are not playing in this Four Nations tournament. Like, that's fucking insane. You have McKinnon leading the league, who's playing for Canada, but then you got Kaprizov and Kucherov, who are not in this tournament. You have Ratnin, who is, I think, Swedish, right? He's in the tournament. Draisaitl is German, not in the tournament. Natchez is Czech, not in the tournament. 4 of the top 6 scorers in the league aren't in the Four Nations tournament. Like, isn't that defeating the whole purpose of this tournament? Like,
takes away from
exposure.
the best on best. Yeah.
You're trying to get exposure of to the best and best of your NHL players. This isn't. You can't be in this tournament if you're not on an NHL roster. Like, this is an NHL event. This isn't an international. This isn't the Olympics. This isn't the World Cup. This isn't the World Championships in the summers. Like, this is an NHL event. And 4 of the top 6 players in the league aren't in the tournament. It's crazy. You can even do a best of the rest. Like, just do add Russia and then add a best of the rest, where you'll end up getting Natchez and Draisaitl together, rather than putting like 2 good lines with 2, bottom 6 forwards in the NHL. You get actual 4 good lines of Czechs and Germans and anything, the whole fucking rest of the world.
Yeah. Well,
and it's just crazy to me that 4 of the top 6 forwards in the entire scorers in the league are just not in this tournament. It's just crazy to me.
That said, talking about wanting to get back to like best on best of the Olympics and stuff like that. I know me and you watched the Olympics back in, what the hell was it? 08?
I don't think
it was 08 and then it was 12.
I don't think there's anything in the world I'd rather watch than like the Olympics. Like anything in the Olympics.
But question, did you watch the Olympic hockey the last time?
The last time, no, because
it wasn't Olympics.
Yeah, no,
because it wasn't NHL players.
It wasn't NHL, yeah.
Bunch of people I have no idea.
I watched, yeah.
I'll tune into curling. I'll tune into everything else because it's entertaining. But hockey, it's so much worse quality.
Yeah, it's not
because
it's
not
even
the
close
NHL.
To the
Yeah, that's something eye-opening to me too. Like, I used to tune into like everything. I'd get out of work, I'd get out of school, I'd get out of whatever.
You make a good point there. Thinking about it, yeah. Like, I literally sit here and binge like this past Olympics is now I basically work from home, so like I literally sat here and watched the Olympics 12 hours a day every fucking day. But yeah, if it was like I would have never.
Yeah. Before that, I'm looking for a hockey game. If there's not a hockey game, I'm looking for curling. Or I'm looking for something.
I remember the one Olympic. I don't remember we played hockey. It was like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning or something that they started playing games. When the one Olympics, I was like, we were up fucking watching the game.
Yeah, we'd get up middle of the night and set an alarm, get up, watch the games. Like, didn't matter. We're getting up, we're watching it, and then in your free time, you're watching all the other stuff. And I never tuned in. I watched the other stuff, but I didn't watch a single lick of hockey the last couple Olympics that had hockey.
I probably watched more women's hockey than the men's, to be honest.
Yeah. I watched the women's hockey.
Yeah,
which is good hockey. Yeah. The men's.
We got to watch that in person. I need to get a Hillary Knight jersey, like a signed. I want to get a Hillary Knight jersey and put her up on the wall because she's like the goat of women, and I love women. I got an Alex Morgan signed ball up here, so I got the best soccer player. I got to get the hockey player. The whole plan. So to be honest, we were supposed to start our original. Me and Larry were supposed to start the original podcast like before that tournament started.
Yeah,
and then the whole idea was to cover the tournament while they were here in town, but that obviously never happened. So yeah, never got a chance to shoot my shot with Hillary Knight. All it was a signed jersey. It was put her right next to the Alex Morgan ball. Turn this so people can see the actual signature.
Yeah, it's
I love America and I love women.
Yeah, and it's something like the hockey needs to do in the NHL. Like, if they can't figure out the best on best, people like us that are actually hardcore fans did not tune in.
Is it a best on best if 4 of the top 6 scorers in the league aren't in the tournament?
I know, but they're talking more.
Both of our picks.
Players, the best.
Both of our picks for MVP aren't playing in this tournament, and they would be on a line together.
Yeah. Should be crazy.
Could you imagine Kaprizov and Kucherov being on a line together? It's insane.
I mean, actually, I'd be super curious to see how it works because they play so similar.
And to be honest, if this whole Russian tournament Russian war wasn't going on right now, Russia would probably be the fourth team over Finland, I'd imagine, because that Russian roster is way better than the Finland roster. People gotta be scumbags and can't just live peacefully.
I know.
So
fucking take over shit.
Get over it. Okay. Like, what do you need? Like, what do you need? Like, we're not gonna get into that, but what do you need it for? Like,
nope. This is not a political podcast. We do not talk about this.
We don't do that here. Sir, you can leave.
I like hockey. That's why I'm here.
So that's the Four Nations tournament. I think we left some snubs off on the U.S. here. I think we could have been better. Still think we're good. But again, on paper does not matter. If you don't show up and play in this tournament, you suck. Nobody remembers if you lose the last game of the year, okay?
No, they don't mark it down.
They do not. I got Hope. Hope doesn't do a lot for me in my life. It usually lets me down, so we'll see where this goes.
I thought it was a girl's name, Hope. I thought that's what she liked.
Hope Solo.
Yeah.
Hope Solo beat her husband. I watched that documentary.
No, he's just coming up talking. Hey, go lay down next to you.
No.
What?
Lay under the bed.
The light's on? Oh, I'll turn that one on. Yeah. Give me a minute, dude. I'll turn it on.
Your face has been like super blurry in this. I wonder if the recording doesn't come out like this. Do you look blurry on your screen? Okay, I don't know. Hoping this is just the Riverside thing, because I know Riverside like, records lower quality, or it shows the lower quality, but records in higher quality. So,
okay,
because you're very like pixelated on my screen. But yeah, anything? I think we've touched on most of the Four Nations. Anything else? Any other thoughts on Four Nations you want to talk about? Any countries you want to shit on? Show your American pride. Fuck Canada.
Yeah.
Fuck Canada.
Don't want to deal with a golden goal. Crosby scores again. Don't want to deal with that.
Yep. Don't want that. Definitely don't want that.
It's a stupid goal.
Yep. Ryan Miller. Congratulations.
Yeah. Still one of my favorite goals.
I'm interested to watch. Yeah, same. But I'm interested to watch Sidney Crosby and Nathan McKinnon play together. I imagine one of them is going to move to the wing and they're going to play together. Because I know they're like very, very good friends outside of hockey. And then who's going to play with McDavid?
All summer.
Yeah. So I'm saying, I know they're like super close outside of playing. Crosby needs to get traded. Penguins need to trade Crosby.
Yeah, to Colorado.
I mean, should you imagine?
He's on a team-friendly deal at 8.7.
He's on a very team-friendly deal. And like I was watching. What the hell was I watching? I was talking about something, and it's like that. Is that why Sid took the cheap deal, just so he can get traded possibly and win a cup in his last year?
I guess that's it's hard to say because I guess that's the max he took before too.
Yeah, that's
so
he matched his deal.
Yeah.
He matched his deal, his last deal, but like. Obviously, things. It's been 10 years since you signed your last deal.
Yeah. So, like, yes, it can be looked at both ways. It's like it gives him flexibility, but at the same point, like, is he that sentimental on wanting to just make 8.7 because of his number and doesn't want to go past that?
It gives.
Hard.
I think it gives himself the flexibility. It's like. I'm giving the Penguins the flexibility to prove it to me in the next year or two that they can put a roster around me, or I still have the flexibility where the team can trade me and a team will take me for $8.7 million.
Yeah.
So I think it works out both ways for him.
Every team would.
And every team would. Me as a Flyers fan, I would. Wow.
Growing up. Wow.
Fuck Crosby. But if he wants to come to the Flyers for $8.7 million, I'm cool with it. But fuck Crosby, okay? You go fuck off if he's not signed for us. Signed for any other team, you can go fucking fall off a cliff. But If he wants to come to Philly for $8.75 million for his last year, play with Matvey Michkov.
Never
Look,
thought I'd hear that.
he-
those words in
he
any
could-
thing ever.
Him and Mike Sullivan can come together. We'll take them both. Mike Sullivan's our coach in the offseason, and we trade for Crosby?
That'd be some shit.
Fuck Crosby.
That works. That works. Yeah, I agree. I like watching him beat the Wings. So it's a long time ago now. Still did it.
That was a real long time ago now. Yeah. Then you guys are still good. Then we're still good.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Nope. Not anymore. All right.
Ever since I started having these kids, the Wings have been terrible.
The end kids, kick them out. Fuck them kids.
Dad.
Try to bring them up the right way, honest
Dad.
Wings fans,
Dad.
and they just keep losing.
Well, that's not the right
They're
way.
not helping me. Yeah, that's Uncle Bob. Well, I'd say that's about it.
Any closing thoughts for you, Four Nations, NHL, Red Wings? I don't want any Red Wings thoughts. Take that out of the conversation. We can talk about how Patrick Kane isn't going to cash my bet, and I'm going to drop him in fantasy tomorrow.
I know. Trying to trade me.
I'll give you I'll trade you Patrick Kane for like Devin Levi at this point. He hasn't played an
Doesn't
NHL
really
game in
help me
2
'cause-
months.
Levi came up and played the other day. Okay. But it doesn't help me because he's still in my NA spot because I never moved him out of it. So I would still have to drop somebody just to take him up.
He's so bad. Like, there's not a chance I'm cashing that 60-point bet. What a bad bet that was. I thought that was good
He
value.
looked good last year. The Wings have just been brutal offensively this year. He doesn't play like a style that seems to mesh well with a lot of people too.
Yeah.
Larkin's very, skates very fast, balls to the wall. Honestly, kind of tries to force some stuff to try to get stuff done. And Kane is trying to be too creative, and no one really seems to know what he's doing except him, from what I've seen. He makes some passes that it's just like no one's there though. But
Yeah, nobody's there, but
didn't see that coming. But still, no one's there because they didn't see it coming either. It's whatever. Maybe they'll figure it out here.
maybe not.
Maybe not.
Wouldn't bet on it. I already did that and won't do it again. So yeah, I think that is it for this episode of your Friendly Neighborhood Fatties Hockey Podcast. Episode 4? 4.
Yep.
4. 4. 4. Boom, 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 boom. 4 times for you. Go Scotty Lawton.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Yep. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done that already. If you have, thanks.
Yeah. Give us some feedback.
haven't,
We're looking.
Some couple comments, some topics to talk on, or some comments to talk shit about, or whatever you want to do.
Teams.
I mean,
Teams. We like
Teams?
talking shit about the Metro.
yeah. Give me a shitty topic to talk about the Flyers. I'll bring it up. I don't care. Flyers suck. I'm not afraid to own it. I'm proud of my fandom. I've had to deal with disappointment between them and the Falcons for fucking years on years. You can't hurt me. It
28
can't
to
be
3
worse.
hurts, but nothing else hurts.
Exactly. I cannot be hurt. Like that just killed my soul. Like that just slit my soul's throat. Like there's nothing left there, man. Like after losing 28 to 3, and then whatever was left, my axe took that shit too, and that's way gone now. So we're good. Like there's nothing left here. Give me what you got. But anyways, yeah. And that is it for this episode. And until next time, have fun.